Today is November 15th, 2024, and this is your daily Half-Life 3 update. There is no news about Half-Life 3. So I guess they did do their anniversary update for Half-Life 2. I don't know if that's like everything they're going to do, or if they're going to do more stuff. Maybe, probably not. And I don't know, like, everything that they've done in relation to that. I know they put out like a documentary about Half-Life 2, like the making of, I suppose. They have in-game commentary for Half-Life 2, similar to how Episode 1 and Episode 2 had in-game commentary. I think they did make like changes to the game, like minor stuff. I saw like, like bug fixes or like changing with lighting or something. It's not like a remaster at all, uh, but they did change or fix some things. And I guess like the other big, I suppose big thing, it doesn't really matter, is they added Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and Episode 2. That's part of like Half-Life 2 now. That's like in the Half-Life 2 menu. I did just check it out. So like when you pull up Half-Life 2, you get the menu, which is Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Episode 2. So it's all part of one game now, and I assume they're gonna like remove the individual games from, like, they're gonna remove Episode 1 and Episode 2 from Steam, and if you want to play those things, you have to go through it. You have to go through Half-Life 2 to do it, which is what I suggested. I mean, it's not as, what I wanted to see is much more involved, which would be like kind of changing these games, because I suggested slipping Lost Coast in its space, which would completely change Half-Life 2. And I believe Lost Coast is there as like an extra, so you can still do that. You don't have to download a whole separate thing. I was kind of surprised they did that. I mean, it's such a minor thing, um, but like as I think about it, it does make sense, and it does kind of like lean into the idea that Half-Life 3 is coming, and it's like a thing, because it does kind of seem like housekeeping, if that makes sense. That they've streamlined it. At this point, you have Half-Life 1, you have Half-Life 2, you have Alex, and you'll have Half-Life 3, right? So like it's not muddied up with a bunch of other stuff. Like, it makes me wonder if they're planning on putting Blue Shift and Decay, if they plan on bundling that within Half-Life 1. I don't know. Maybe that's something that they would do, or but I guess they're distinct enough, like, because I saw something where like people would play Half-Life 2 for the first time, and they would accidentally start with Episode 1. Like, I don't know how often that would happen, if that's like a thing, but I can definitely see the desire to like streamline the whole thing in preparation for Half-Life 3. Uh, but like Blue Shift and Decay, that's separate enough. Like, I can't imagine somebody going like, "Oh, I'm gonna get into Half-Life. I'm gonna start playing all the Half-Life games, starting with Blue Shift." Like obviously, start with Half-Life. Uh, but yeah. So I mean, I haven't had like a chance to check out all this other stuff. I don't know if I'll do the commentary stuff. I mean, I haven't done the commentary for the episodes, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do all the commentaries at once, and that could be a neat little thing. But like, and as for like stuff they've changed in game, whatever they've changed, like, I'm not gonna notice. I'm not gonna pop in a level and notice if the lighting is a little bit different than it was before. Like, I'm not, you know, I, something like that. They're like soundtrack. I might notice soundtrack if it's like egregious, but I don't think they've done anything with sound, honestly. Uh, but yeah. So as for like the documentary and the commentary stuff, I might check that out at some point. I don't know. Uh, but I do kind of have uh, a little bit more desire to play Half Life Two just because I don't know. I've still got other games I'm playing as well. But yeah, and that has been your daily Half Life 3 update for November 15th, 2024.